John McCormick, senior reporter at Newsblaze, says that soon seniors will lose 10% of their Social Security benefits in non-Obamacare states. Some states have opted out of Obamacare, but this week seniors on Social Security are learning that this will cost them $1,200 per year in reduced payments. And the Republicans, who thought they were getting away politically by sticking with the minority that opposes universal health care, are going to hear from angry seniors who always vote. In case you missed it, the United States, which has more billionaires than any other country, is also the only civilized first world country where you can go bankrupt trying to stay alive. And until the Obamacare came along, you couldn't even buy health insurance if you actually need it because you've got some serious illness. Even most communist countries used to have universal health care. Of course, emergency medical care is always available to anyone, and the cost of the uninsured is simply passed on to those who pay or have insurance. That's one big reason for the high cost of medical services in the USA. Many people don't have insurance, can't get it, and can't pay otherwise. The same goes for all of those people who run up giant medical expenses and can't pay them. Everyone else gets higher bills because they couldn't buy insurance. If you haven't heard about this big cut in Social Security payments, it's no wonder. John McCormick says he tracks this kind of thing, and he hadn't heard a whisper about this giant new tax on seniors applied only in those states that failed to take federal medical funds. The refusal seems strange to him on many levels, including the fact that states which complain about excessive federal regulations and demand states' rights are refusing to manage their own healthcare networks. Instead, they've loaded it on the feds. But something that McCormick says he feels certain about is that 99% of seniors getting those Social Security checks each month didn't know their checks would be cut in those states that opted out. In Pennsylvania specifically, he's seen the paperwork, and seniors will have their monthly check cut by about $100 because the states will no longer have federal funding to cover that part of Medicare. Notices went out this week in Pennsylvania, where a $995 monthly Social Security benefit will be cut to $880. Those elderly poor who are already barely getting by, forced to choose in some instances between heat and food in winter months, will be in dire straits indeed when their yearly benefits are cut by about $1,200. When they get their yearly Social Security benefit statement, they will learn the sad truth. Food stamp funding has also been cut. Write your state representative, McCormick says, and thank him. Better yet, stop by his local office each day with all your friends to warm up in his government-supported office. Maybe they'll soon offer you some hot coffee that's already been bought with government funds. And by the way, he or she has free insurance, a per diem for doing his or her job, and a pension. Another consequence in some states might be that cutting Social Security payments by 10% might just bring some households below the poverty level who were previously denied food stamps, free cell phones, rent and utility assistance simply because their total income is now low enough to get them to qualify for benefits, and by the way, those benefits are several times the $100 they lose. But that only works for those who are pushed below the poverty level. That could cost some states a considerable additional amount. This is Alan Gray, reporting with Newsblaze.com. Thanks for listening.